Hey guys, this is Mike from Out My Closet. I'm here with the lovely and luscious Lady Lumps Miss. Wait, is it Miss or Mrs.? I don't know.
It's Miss. I'm single.
So I can get much closer?
Oh, sure, Mike.
Someone who needs no introduction, Miss Darienne Lake. Yeah!
Thank you. Hi.
Okay, every drag queen goes through this momentous occasion where they have the selection process of their name.
Yes.
For those who don't know about Google or Facebook or Wikipedia, tell us about your name.
Well, there is an amusement park named Darienne Lake between Rochester and Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was first painted up, people thought I looked like Ricky Lake from the movie Hairspray. So,
Good morning.
right. I don't know. Yeah, and so they thought I looked like Ricky Lake, so like, you should be Ricky Lake. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, how about Tracy Turnblad? And I was like, oh, that's kind of a bad name. And like, be Ricky Lake's little sister, Darienne Lake, and this would be fun, and 2 tons of fun. And so I was just like, and I wanted to be like an eyeshadow color, like the eyeshadows that they were using on me was like Mauve Sunset or Dusty Rose or like Heather Sky. And so I thought
very
like,
lesbian.
I know it was, yeah. You know, it's sort of like a cross-dresser name. Like cross-dressers always pick like a name that they think they could live like as a real woman as. You know, like, oh, my name's Jennifer. So you know, so I decided to go with Heather Sky. But then whenever I'd call them, like, can you put me in drag? They're like, hey, Darienne Lake. And so I just kind of stopped. So that's where Darienne.
So this is an amusement park.
Yeah, it's an amusement park. Yes.
So
Anybody under 12 rides for free, but they got to be that tall.
Okay. That was my next question. Like, how tall or how big do you have to be to ride? And what would your ride feel like? What is your ride?
It's pure terror. It's pure terror, and it's $29.99 to ride all the rides. But you get an all-day pass. So,
okay.
So,
fun pass?
Yeah, exactly.
So when did you first start doing drag?
I first started doing drag when I was 18 years old. I used to go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and then a friend of mine said that one of the characters was a drag queen, and so then I started going to the drag shows. And I was just enamored with it. I thought it was so cool. And then we would go and get breakfast at like this like hole in the wall, and they would all hang out there. And I thought they were so fun because the straight guys would always like try and harass them, but they would always like bark back at them. Like the straight guy was like, "I want to see you deep throat that ketchup bottle," and she's like, "Which end?" So it was great. I just loved that sassy, salty sort of, you know, attitude. And so I was like, I want to be like those freaks too. You know, so and then there was a pageant called the Closet Queen, and so a queen would put another like young baby queen in drag, and so then both the winner and the sort of drag mother would win a prize.
So I just saw your show tonight, which was freaking hilarious. I was cracking up. It's called Skinny Dipping with Darienne Lake.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all autobiographical. So thank you for laughing at my pain.
It was your pain. So you did speak a lot about growing up and your family.
Yeah.
What were some of the things you had to overcome growing up?
Like probably everything with my childhood. Like I was the only gay person in my whole family. I had nobody to relate to, and so I had to hide the secret for so long, and it was just like, it was crazy because especially with my religious family and all that stuff, you know, there was so much that I had to sort of not admit to. And I guess I was kind of lucky, like growing up an overweight teen and stuff, that I never had to like answer those questions of like why I'm not dating. And so eventually when I decided that I didn't want to lie anymore, like I had to come out, and then when that was not cool with my parents, they sort of invited me to leave the house, and they weren't paying money, and for some faggot to live in their house and drive a car and go to college and all that stuff. So I lived on my own. I actually found a friend who let me sleep on his couch, so I was in his living room, and then I did whatever it took. Like I worked 2 jobs, and I did, you know, making nothing, telemarketing for like $4.25 an hour. But I was like, I have to do something to really do something. I had that like, and I'm a lazy person. Like I'm so lazy. I don't like want to work or do anything or whatever. But this, I was like, I have to survive. I have to make it. And one day I would like to, you know, show them my success, mostly to rub it in their face, but to kind of really do it for myself, you know. So I think that was sort of like the biggest challenge I had to overcome. And then once I established myself as like, you know what, I'm working now and I'm going to go back to school and this is what I'm going to do, I was no longer under their thumb of approval or anything. So I was like, you know, fuck them if you don't like it, fuck them twice if they do, I don't care, like I'm living my life.
So the organization that I have is called Out My Closet. It helps under-resourced and displaced LGBT youth, a lot who are now homeless because they've been kicked out or pushed out from very rigid homes, either if it's a cultural barrier not understanding what being gay is, or not choosing to, you know, wise up and know it's here, not
Yeah.
going anywhere, or if it was, you know, religious ties.
Yeah.
So that was your story that I'm sure you could identify. So
Yeah,
what's something
yeah.
that you could support or tell a young person who's going through a coming out situation where they're being rejected by their family?
Yeah, it's really interesting because a lot of people will hold off by telling anybody, their parents or anything, that they're gay until they're sort of like, you know, successful or like through college. Like, well, once I get through college or once I get out of this or whatever. But you kind of have to be true to yourself and know that like I'm not going to give up on myself or who I am. Like I am going to do whatever it is. If I have to flip fucking burgers, I'm going to flip burgers and I don't care. You know, if I have to like, you know, have 15 roommates that I hate all of them, I'm going to get through this. It's, you know, it's like, what was it, Joan Rivers, she said, it's not going to get better. You get better.
Absolutely, you gotta make
you
it
know,
better.
and that's what it is. You have to make yourself better because life sucks in so many ways, but you have to like persevere. And you know, you might get thrown so much horseshit thrown your way, but somewhere in that horseshit, there's got to be a pony. You have to find the magic in something and make it your own, and really sort of like rise to it and like ride that pony and
Ride it, ride.
fly.
We didn't practice, right?
No,
Okay.
we did not practice.
It must be our chemistry. Are you the one?
Really? Oh, you're so sweet. You're like my little Aladdin or something, you know? And I want you to tear up my carpet.
Want me to rub the lamp?
I want you to tear up my magic
Okay,
carpet.
your comedy is amazing because there's so much therapy in it, being able to be introspective and laugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
You make a lot of jokes about weight and size. Was this something that you dealt with, and how does?
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but I was fat when I was younger, and so thank God I grew out of that. But no, like it's always been a part of my life, and it was always one of those things where like, you know, like you sit there and like Ru always says like, you can't love somebody else until you love yourself. And I was never loving myself because I was like, oh, I'm fat, whatever. And, you know, you just, like, how could somebody be attracted to that? But eventually you can realize, like, okay, I don't have to love exactly how I look. You know, I don't have to love my crooked nose or my, like, weird eyes or whatever it is. But I can love myself. I can love myself and not exactly love what I look. And then that love from inside you really starts to shine through. You know, because I've always said, like, if you can't love yourself, feel free to hate as many people as you want. You can be a hater and be on the internet and be like, you suck, I hate you. But once you do love yourself, you can be like, okay, I don't love exactly what I look like, but I'm going to work on it. I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to love myself, and I'm going to do the best with what I have. I mean, look at Sarah Jessica Parker. She's not a natural beauty, but she does the best with what she has, and she's gorgeous. She always has the greatest outfits and all that stuff. So I think that's what it is. It's like, really, you have to, like, be like, you know what, yes, I can love myself without loving because appearances are just appearances.
You're absolutely right.
So, I know I'm right. That's why I
Always
said
right.
it.
Yes, dear.
See, our first fight.
Oh, we're gonna have makeup sex.
Okay. Well,
well.
trust me, after we have sex, makeup will be all over you. And no, not really. This is not cheap makeup. This is good shit. This ain't no Wet and Wild. I don't know what kind of fucking sluts you're used to, but this shit stays on.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much. You're a very powerful woman.
My eyes are up here.
Sorry, I'm having a straight moment.
I know, right? What is that
And it's
about?
over. So guys, thank you so much for rocking out with us. You were amazing tonight. Are you going to be around?
Yeah, I'm going to be around.
Another show?
Yeah, I have another show tomorrow here. So by the time you see this, it'll probably be like weeks later. So you missed it.
I'll get it up
sorry.
tonight. I'm talking the video.
Oh, the video. You took a video? Okay, I don't really appreciate bootleggers and stuff like that. So you're gonna give me a cut of that. What the fuck is this shit? Really?
Yes.
There's a bootlegger in the audience. Like, I'm gonna catch you now.
Well, thank you guys so much for rocking with us. You could check Darienne Lake on her Instagram and Twitter at.
Yeah, at Darienne Lake. At Darienne Lake everywhere, on Tumblr and all that stuff. I actually will respond to some of your hateful comments or your positive comments or whatever it is.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Bye. Big kisses from the big girl. Love you.